Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land, and it's going to be a fairly busy day today. We are basically clearing up everything that we've been doing in the first part of the year. We've got a few bits of fruit to do. We've got our first two crates. Oh, no, that didn't work. We've got our first two crates of strawberries out and our first crate of tomatoes out. Why is that not refilling? Let's try this again. We've got no money, so we can't refill. We'll have to come back and do this later. This is one of the weird things. You can't get water, even if it's free, if you have no money. Rather ridiculously. So yeah, we're gonna have to do the other stuff first, but that's all right. We've got plenty to do today, as I was saying. We've got our first fruits out of the greenhouse, and as we have a lack of money, we are going to go and sell those as an early job. We've got to finish the rolling, and we need to do some fertilizing as well. We've got a couple of fields that are in need of it. Our grass field needs a bit, and our two fields that we did previously need some. Now, the one thing I do want to check while we're here is, are we going to need to purchase any fertilizer? Because we don't have any actually here at the moment, unless it is in this. Back up a little bit further. There we go. Right, connect that up and just have a look. So we've got 500 litres of fertilizer. We will have to see how far that goes across our two fields. But hopefully we won't have to buy any more, because, yeah, we're not going to make a huge amount from our initial products from the greenhouses. We'll need to get those sold, and I think we might make about £1,000 off it if we're lucky. But I don't think that is going to be the case. I think it's going to be just under, really. Trouble is, fertilizer is not cheap. It's going to be... Let's have a look in here. Nope, not in there. In there. I think the only one we're going to be able to afford is... Yeah, pallet of solid fertilizer, 1,400 for that. So that's not cheap. If we go back, big bag of fertilizer is 1,800. So that's not cheap either. And then the final one, yeah, so it gets gradually more expensive. We don't have enough money for fertilizer. We're not going to be able to do that. So it is very much going to be a case of going with what we've got and surviving with that. I'm going to put this trailer here so it's easy for us to load up. Disconnect it. And then come round and out over here. I think I eventually want to put another greenhouse in when I can afford it. Get ourselves producing some more stuff. And as people have said to me, very much it's a case of the greenhouses. If I turn everything off except for one item, then it will just produce that one item 3 times as fast. So I think having separate greenhouses for our crops might be a good way to go. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm kind of liking doing 3 crops at the moment because it gives us a good spread. If we suddenly find ourselves in a position where we have a big run on strawberries or a big run on tomatoes or something, then we should be okay to have a few of those aside so that we can do that, and allows us to spread selling over the year a bit. We've got a fairly good price at the moment for both strawberries and tomatoes, which is lucky because we need to get some money in, and hopefully the greenhouses are going to help us to keep money coming in throughout the year and on a regular basis. Yep. You accept water there, not strawberries. A little bit. We could do with the weight on the back of this tractor, I think, for these. Definitely don't want to be trying to do 2 pallets at a time with this little tractor. I need the weight on the back an awful lot with this. It's not a very weighty tractor. You can see the front of it just going down. If we keep the pallet low, though, until we need to rise it up. We should be fine. And then just rise it up as we're getting a little bit close. So slowly up. And then in and onto the trailer. Like so. Should do it rather nicely. I'll drop it down slightly and back off. And there we go. Nicely on. I'm quite pleased with how well those are loaded on. So we've got... How are we doing at the moment as far as prices go? Tomatoes are 899 per 1,000 litres, but we've only got 500, so it'll be 450. And strawberries are 450. So we're looking, yeah, we're looking at making about 900. Yeah, about £900 off these 3 pallets, which will be good. Going to take us to pretty much 800, so yeah, definitely not enough to buy any more fertilizer. We'll have to hope we've got enough to last those 2 fields and the little bit extra we need to do. For now, though, we're going to head down the shop. We're going to get this sold, and we should make, as I said, about £900. Now, we're not selling these at the best price. Not by a long shot. It's sort of a very middling price we're getting for these at the moment. You can see the strawberries for April are sort of heading for this middle price. Tomatoes, similarly, are heading towards this middling price. If I didn't need the money right now, I probably wouldn't sell these. I have a feeling they sell at the same place. Yeah, there we go. We'll get these out and we'll take off these so that they can be easily unloaded. And we'll see how much we make. We're reckoning about 900, so about 820-ish, I think we're going to end up with on our total overall. That's still going up quite nicely. 827, £899 worth of produce sold. So yeah, that's good. I'm very, very happy with that. That means that we're back in the black, which is good news. We want to try and do that. And soon we're going to have some lettuces to sell as well, which will be good. And that will bring us... Well, I think we're steadily going to start making money now that we've got our greenhouse up and running. Next thing to do is give it a top up of water, I think. With our greenhouse only having cost us £10,000, it's not going to take very long for it to pay for itself at this rate. 3 pallets has brought us nearly a tenth of the way there. So, yeah, 30 pallets should do it in total. And in fact, the lettuce will give us more, so that should work out fairly well. I want to turn this around here, drop off the forks because we're not going to be using them again today. So drop that off there like so, and then we'll put the front loader out where we had it before. And basically we're back where we started off today's video, trying to get some water for our greenhouse. We want to do 2 trips of this because I skipped a day and we didn't put any in the last game day. So I want to do that. So let's open up the cog. There we go. Or open up the valve. And there we go. So now we have money. We are able to fill our water trailer and actually put some water to our greenhouse. So I'm going to take this over there and then we'll come back and fill it up again and head back again. And I'll jump forward to that point. So I've got my second trailer of water, having already emptied the first one into here. Let's get this one empty as well. And while that's emptying, we can pop into our greenhouse and look at the status of everything that's in here at the moment. And looking in here, we're nearly full up on water, so that's good. We have a way to go yet before we have our first thing of lettuce. We've only got 345 litres so far. 190 litres of tomatoes in here and 380 litres of strawberries. So yeah, looking good. We're heading for another pallet of most things in the near future. And I'm pretty happy with the way this is going. So we need to now turn our concentration from this over to getting our second field rolled, the one that we didn't roll last time. And then, yeah, as I said, we need to sort out getting some fertilizer about. Fertilizer, we're going to do the grass field today because we've not got any germination on our other fields yet. So it's a little bit early to do those, and we may be able to actually afford some extra fertilizer by that point. I'm thinking at the moment we're probably going to have to borrow money for a combine or lease a combine. But even leasing a combine, we don't have a lot of money unless we get a whole load in very quickly. Yeah, leasing the combine is still going to require us to borrow some money to do that, and that is a really expensive way to do it. I'm trying to avoid heading down that route. I left my roller up at the field, so let's go collect that and yeah, get this second field rolled. So I keep saying that this grass needs a bit of fertilizer, and it's because a couple of patches on it have none on at all, and a couple of patches have just a first level, and we're looking to cut it next month. So in May, we want to get a cut of that grass done. If we have a look in here, you can see what I'm talking about. So this field needs to be rolled, so I'll take the rolling off and we'll just turn the fertilizing on. I find this is the easiest way to check stuff here. So we know about this patch here. We've not really got a way of fertilizing that unless I get a sprayer or something. It does mean we'll have a yield drop in that section of the field, but there's not a huge amount I can do about that. These two fields, as I said, I want to get them fertilized as soon as we're able. It's this field here I'm talking about. You can see down this edge here, we've got several patches that are in need of some extra fertilizer, just to even get them off the ground. So I want to make sure this field, this grass field here, is as fertilized as I can make it before we get a cut in May. This section here is just an area of grass we cut before, but isn't part of the main field that we've got there. So I'm not worried about that. All in all, though, we also have this stretch down here, actually, which has nothing. So, yeah, there's a fair amount of fertilization to do on these two fields. In the meantime, though, we do need to get this second field rolled. We're going to apply the same thing as we did last time in seeding it. We're going to go around and try not to lift this. What we want to do is get it onto the field in this corner, though, and drop it down. Now, I will correct something I said last time. I said I thought that this roller and its compatriots were Russian. They're not. They're Ukrainian. So this is a Ukrainian brand that we've got here with the roller. And yeah, it's one that is working very, very well for us. So I am, yeah, I want to correct that because somebody did put it in the comments. There we go. Around we go. And yeah, between this and its other two, I think we're going to get the mulcher from it, and I think we're going to get the grass roller from it as well. Should work pretty well for us, I think, all three of these rollers. They're only 4,500 each, and yeah, you can see that they've worked on our fields really well so far. Made a big difference to our yields and everything. So yeah, a good set to go forwards with. As I said previously, they are on the mod hub, so if you want to grab these and have some really useful, effective and inexpensive rollers on your small farm, I really recommend them. They're brilliant. If you ever have any questions about anything I do in this series, or just want to come and chat and talk about it, or anything else for that matter, I stream on Twitch every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. All are welcome. It's twitch.tv/virtualfarmer. If you've missed any, because we've been doing the realism experiment on there, I actually have a second YouTube channel as well that I put all of my VODs on. From the Twitch streams. That is Virtual Farmer 2. If you search for that, you will find the channel. And yeah, I am currently posting VODs from the realism experiment on there. So if you want to catch up on that, you can go and do that there as well. Very much open to chatting about everything I do on here. Because, yeah, I want to know your feedback. As I said many times, leave a comment down below as well. I very much welcome them. I have learned a lot from your comments on this series so far. Last little bit. Just come up to this corner here, and then we can do the headland across the top. Has, again, worked really well, as I was saying earlier. Really love this little roller. It has worked out on our farm massively well. I have plans for this woodland area at the top here. My only trouble is, I don't know if it's the area I want to expand into next. I quite like this here, and maybe putting a roadway through here into this area down here, and having a good, field in this dip here would be quite nice. Quite a good area for a field. The only thing is, you've then got this area up here. That is, yeah, you have to have a road up here. Actually, look at that. That is just a great area to expand the farm into. But would need to really think about it, because while this bit is interesting and would probably add some more character to the farm, I don't know if it is the actual area I want to head into. We've got lots of space either side of us as well that has a similarly nice setup and texture and everything to this one. So yeah, it would be something we'd have to look at when we got the money. At the moment, we have 1% of the cash to buy another area, so it's meaningless to really look that deep into it. Let's bring this around here, and as I said, what we want to do next is go and hook up to our fertilizer spreader, see if we can spread some fertilizer on this grass field. Hopefully it will have grown enough by the end of May to get a cut out of it and get some... Well, I think what we're going to have to do is put off getting the sheep a little bit longer, and maybe do some silage on there and raise some cash from silage in order to try and buy the combine, or get us close to being able... Well, even if it gives us enough money to rent the combine for the harvest, that would be good, and then we don't have to borrow anything. So yeah, I think it's gonna have to be a silage cut off of the grass field first time, in order to try and raise some money and get ourselves moving forward again a little bit, and yeah, bringing in that harvester, because we need the harvester, we need a mulcher, and we need a grass roller. And without those things, it's going to be difficult for us. So, yeah, we're going to look into getting those and getting that sorted. This, though, as I said, has 538 litres left in it. If we can get a grass cut, actually, and get some money in, or just have some more money come in from our greenhouse, we should be in a good position. Let's get this open though, and it's not going down very fast, but that's because it's not needing to spread very much. As somebody pointed out, a lot of my talk of realism, overseeding and double seeding and things, not really a thing in Farm Sim. And yeah, when I talk about stuff like that and trying to avoid doing stuff like that, that is very much me trying to play a little bit more realistically, and trying to keep an eye on the realistic aspects of the game, rather than me actually talking about a game play feature because, yeah, there are lots of things that are realistic that aren't covered so much in Farm Sim, but I try and adhere to it as much as I can in most of my gameplays. So, yeah, that's what that's all about, because I know it did cause a little bit of confusion last time. So I hope that clears things up for those of you who were a little bit confused by what I was talking about when I talked about those aspects. You can see the little bits and pieces here where it's where it had missing fertilizer, but that should now have cleared up that field. Yeah, not bad. We still got some pockets. Not much I can do about those. We might actually be able to put it on when it grows another layer, another level of grass, and put some on then. Will probably be fairly good. We're going to need to do some extra fertilizing down the side of that field at some point as well. I think a sprayer in the long term is going to be a little bit unavoidable. So we're doing quite well today. I've managed to clear everything up and get everything done by about 10 to 1 in the afternoon. What we'll do, though, while we've got this little bit extra time, I think, is to... we'll rearrange things in here a little bit. We've got a... yeah, for some reason, our bale wrappers moved forwards, so I want to back that up. I'm trying to make everything a little bit more accessible in our shed with the space we've got. We've got a couple of items that are outside, and eventually I think we're going to put another shed or a lean-to or something like that in here, and just have things under cover a little bit more. At the moment we're good. We're going to need somewhere to put bales, though. I don't have a bale storage area, and when we eventually get the sheep, we're going to want to do that. We're going to want to have somewhere to store the bales. Let's take that off and that off, and that is all good. Right, so we're going to do the thing that we need to do, that we know we have to do, and want to keep things topped up. So I'm going to add some more water into our greenhouse, because we can. We've got money at the moment, so it will actually allow us to fill the water, and that is good. Do I go and try and earn a little bit of money with a couple of trees? I'm still very much of the mindset that we could get a little bit more money in from accessing the resources we have around our farm. And the one resource we have around our farm more than anything else, of course, is the woodlands and is the trees. I don't want to destroy the aesthetics of the farm. You know, my idea here is not to just empty all the trees off my land. So I'm quite happy to take a couple of trees off if it benefits us. But I don't know about taking too many. And the question then becomes, do I come and get these two trees? So that tree possibly I could take. I am less certain about this one. If I come off here, straight through there, that tree is right on the edge. It would have to be, yeah, we'd have to come back here to make it worthwhile. And I'm not convinced of that. I'm basically going, right, this is the corner here. Those two trees line up. We can go straight through here and not touch either of them. As much as having that extra wood would be useful, and selling it. But we do need the money. We do need to get money from somewhere, and we do know that the trees are worth a decent amount if we cut them the right length. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Should we go into the woodland bits that we own and maybe cut a couple of trees down from the center or something? Or do you think we should leave it alone and maybe try and find somewhere else to earn this money from, like doing silage bales? This should be the last tank of water we need to deliver to here today. So just empty that out there. And have a look. Let's see. Yep. 20,000 litres. I doubt we're even going to be... Yeah, we've not even got an empty tank, so that's good. Still making the noise. Right, so let's get this back over here. I really don't think there's anything else that we need to get done on the farm. We are in a really good place. As I said, we're in a situation where we could raise the fertilization state of our first field. With the middle of that kind of needs doing. I don't have a piece of equipment I can do it with at the moment. The spreader we have does not have care wheels, so it's from that point of view we can't actually do anything with that. I think we can get care wheels on this Massey, but yeah, we cannot get care wheels on this. So this is very much a lime spreader and a first stage fertilizer. Looking in the shop, yeah, there's no, wow, there is literally nothing in here that we can use in the sales at all, and we couldn't afford it anyway. To get a small sprayer, it's 34,000. There might be one available as a mod I can have a look for. I don't have enough money to see how much that would cost to lease. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be cheap. We could get away with a little cheap sprayer, so I might see if we can have a look for one of those. But it is going to take a couple of days worth of work to get in a position where we can do that. So yeah, it's not a situation that is good for us. I would like to have a sprayer on the farm just to be able to do sort of late stage fertilization and do something a little bit different. But I need to find something a little bit older that will work with our farm rather nicely. And yeah, we can go and cut a tree down if we feel the need to, and get a little bit of money in for that. But as I said, let us know in the comments for that. I'm going to leave this here though, because we've done everything on the farm today. So yeah, we'll be moving on to May next time. We may move a couple of days into it. We'll see how we go. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.